What's going on, everybody? You've anticipated this day. You knew it was going to happen. Today, me and my movie bros, Ricardo and Steve, we're going to be chatting about the newest addition to the Superman family. Originally titled Superman Legacy, and I'm sure we can figure out the reasons
Oh
why,
yeah.
but then they changed it back to Superman 2025, a James Gunn film, clearly and blatantly obvious. But how you guys doing today? How you guys feel after watching this?
I'm ready. I'm ready to unleash.
Unleash. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I've had to keep these guys reined in and not talking off camera, man, because like
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
thoughts.
Truth be told, this is being recorded a couple days after we all saw. And the thing is, too, is I knew I got my tickets in advance. I kept talking all this shit the entire year. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm not going to see this day one. I don't need to see this day one. But of course, the hype got to me, so I had to see it day one. Steve, you were able to snag some time to go and see it. Ricardo, you actually were able to last minute go the night that it premiered, technically, even though it wasn't the Tuesday of Amazon premiere. And I'm going to be
That's not a
honest,
sign.
I was shocked. I was in complete shock when you said, I don't know about this." Like I said in the chat, I have thoughts, and you're just like, "Yeah, I might be a hater for this movie." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I thought I was the only one that was like lukewarm on this movie.
no.
Spoilers, just letting you all know, this is gonna get pretty real, probably.
Let's just
Maybe
say
not.
me and Jay were in the theater still watching, preparing to watch the after credits. We're
Yeah.
all chatting about how awesome this movie was.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like I didn't want to ruin or sully the experience for you, Ricardo. That's why I didn't say much. I just said,
Same.
okay, here's the mid. There's a mid and a post credits. So just to let you
If you
know.
can call them that.
Yeah, but then like 2 hours later, because this was around like 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock or whatever when you went to go see it. So at like
9:30.
12 or so, maybe even the next morning, I can't remember. I said, I have thoughts. I have thoughts.
Yep.
So I don't even know how to start with this because like I don't want to do the play by play, but there's so much to cover. Like I feel like
Just
we should
bounce
do like
around, man.
pros,
There's lots to talk
cons,
about.
the good, the bad, and the weird.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I think we should really focus on. And then maybe because we don't want to just be critical assholes, maybe we could provide some type of
Oh, I have good talking points too.
recommendations.
I have
Yeah,
good
I-
talking points too.
Yeah.
I think if anything, if we do like the pros, obviously, I think the cons are going to be a lot longer than the pros, and
Yeah.
maybe my opinion.
Mm.
There were some good things about the movie that I liked. There were some things that
Yeah.
I did like. So I mean, if you want to start off with things we like, we can
Yeah.
do that. Just to say,
I
hey, like, this isn't. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it's awful.
yeah, it's not a terrible movie,
It's
but
fine.
it's fine.
That's it,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's fine. It's like it's whelm. It's not it's not
It's well. I'm
oh, you know what? I'm gonna change that. It's a little
underwhelmed.
underwhelming.
Yeah.
I'm a little underwhelmed by it, to be honest. All this
That's fair.
hype and shit.
That's
But
fair.
for pros and stuff like that, oh, okay. David Corenswet and the costume,
Great.
much better in action
With,
on
with
screen.
with an asterisk.
What are
he's
you doing,
great
the
as
Thunderbolts thing
Superman.
right now?
Huh?
What are you doing? The Thunderbolts asterisk right now?
Well, not exactly, but good catch there. He's great as Superman. I hate the costume.
I don't like the new 52 style,
Like,
and
I get that they want to make
looks
it just
better.
not a bodysuit. Fair. But there's ways
Yeah.
to do that with how like the technical lines all over the dude.
Yeah,
It's crazy. And like brother, I'm super excited to see the red undies on the suit. It's awesome.
yeah. I don't mind.
Let's
I don't
cut-
mind the
let's-
trunks.
I don't mind them.
No,
I
me
don't
either.
mind the
But
trunks.
give
Yeah.
give this man a higher cut undie. Because like when he in the beginning of the movie, right? He's in the snow bleeding,
be
and all I can see look at his damn undies like going over his tight leg, like his legs, and it's like I can put my hand in there. Like, what is this? You can't get this man a suit that fits. Like, come on, brother.
dude,
Like,
come on, man. There's no padding this time. James Gunn was very big on saying, "I don't want my Superman to wear muscle pads."
Yeah, I'll put him in a baggy ass suit instead. Great job.
Yeah, way to go there. And I don't know why, but I mean, I'll always love the Man of Steel suit just because it was interesting. It had like a chain link structure and everything. And obviously, even if a superhero gets jacked, because David Corenswet got jacked for this.
He did.
Right.
The suit's
Yeah,
not
he
going to
got
When he
show unless
stands
you
up-
have muscle pads,
When he
So
stands
it's-
up, like, and it's a profile shot of him, well, not a profile,
Yeah.
but like a front on shot of him, he looks great. Like, and
Yeah.
but here's the thing: I can't see the details of the stupid details of the suit, so it's just blue and red, and the symbol
Yep.
looks great.
Yeah.
When I see him close up in the damn collar, and it's like poking
Yeah.
up over his neck, it's
I
like,
don't-
dude,
I
what are you
don't-
doing?
I don't understand the collar for the aesthetic of the
I
collar.
thought we were doing
per se.
positives. I'm getting real negative right now.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't know.
even the positives are getting a negative sheen on it.
But no, I think he was great.
Yeah.
He did a great job of with what he was given.
Yeah,
And I could see him again as Superman for sure.
Absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely.
yeah,
To pivot off that, the Justice Gang. I liked the Justice Gang. The Justice Gang was actually pretty cool, in my opinion. Like
yeah. I
Green
like Guy
Lantern,
Gardner.
yeah,
Yeah,
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner was great,
He was
and
totally how he is in the comics
right,
and everything, just like this douchebag.
right. And then on top of that too, obviously, I'm pretty sure all three of us all loved Mr. Terrific. Like,
Yes.
I think
Yep.
he was probably the standout. If anything, it was. I want to say it was his movie, but my thing
Yep.
is,
I was
I
just going
liked
to
it.
say that.
No, it was his
There's a
I liked
movie.
him
huge
more. I
portion of
liked
this
him
movie
more.
was about Mr. Terrific, which is fine, but
Right. I liked him
damn.
more than Superman, to be honest. Like I thought he was like the highlight of the movie. He had the great
Yep.
he had better action
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
Only thing I didn't well, I don't want to talk about that yet, but
Yeah.
yeah, just him kind of like saving the day and on
Yeah.
top of that too, like he was like when it came to like saving Metropolis, like, hey Superman, I know you want to go over there and stop this war, but like dude, like Metropolis is gonna like break in half. Like
Mhm.
keep your eye on the ball type of thing. Like
He's the
he's kind
voice
of
of
like
reason.
well, yeah,
Yep.
exactly. That's the reason of things.
He's
Um
terrific.
he is. I thought he was the highlight of the movie.
No,
Um,
honestly, seriously, he was
Yeah,
great.
no, he
yeah,
was.
and then
Um,
yeah, you continue with the Justice Gang because I mean, Hawk Girl, she's okay.
she was
But
She was
I
okay.
there. She
I
was
thought
there.
I thought for the little that Isabella Merced did, I thought that she served the character, and she
Yeah.
was kind of like a younger version of how Shira was from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, because again, Latina actress played her, and then again, she's coming in being Hawk Girl, and I don't know why, but I feel like the screeching actually worked for Hawk Girl. The way that she did that, like in
Is
the
that a
movie,
thing? I was
like
not
I didn't know
familiar
if
with
that was
that.
a thing.
I
No, I
think
thought
it
it was
is a
kind of
thing.
funny.
I
Okay.
think
Okay,
it is a thing and it works. Like for me, I like that. And plus, she's just like battle hungry. Now, ambiguity wise, she dropped the dude in that one scene. So did the guy get like,
Yeah.
So I'm
I'm
like,
not Superman.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, okay, Superman. I don't know. We'll get into that maybe a little bit
One thing
later.
about the
But
Justice Gang, it's like,
yeah.
guys, let's sit down. Your damn suit has a Justice League symbol on it now. If you look
Well,
at the
and
pattern, it says
they're in the
JL.
Hall of Justice. They're
I
in the
know.
Hall of Justice, which was awesome to see, in
I
my
mean, and it was
opinion.
like the 60s or 70s cartoon Hall of Justice. I'm like,
Doom, doom,
all
doom,
right.
doom, 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 dun, dun,
mm.
dun, Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, Guy Gardner's being a douchebag. Well, Mr. Terrific is using some of
Speaking
that
of,
dark side tech.
yeah,
Doesn't
right.
his chair look like Orion's chair from the
Oh, for
cartoons and
sure.
stuff? Right?
yeah, yeah.
Like that was wild. I'm like, wait a minute, they're teasing Apocalypse and Darkseid already? What are they doing right now?
When I saw the transporters, I thought it was boom tubes. Honestly,
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I thought too. Yeah.
right.
yeah.
That's the thing too, is like, so
Hey, you never know.
this
They might use that going forward though. If now that
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect kind of has that, like he's been studying, he kind of studied it, so maybe that might be
yeah,
something in the next Superman movie, or they want to use the Justice League movie, or whatever
yeah.
along those
Well,
they have the technology for.
so I know we're kind of getting into the other stuff right now by me saying this, but so this can kind of fall into my gripes and weirdness aspect. Probably more the gripes aspect is there was a lot of stuff teased in this that didn't always feel like it should have been there. There was too much in this movie. There was a little bit of a
Oh,
messy
yeah.
energy. But again, let's finish the positives out first. So this is okay. I'm kind of double dipping with this right here because it's in the weird and the awesome section. The big ass Godzilla kaiju that was in the middle of the film. I was like, yeah, that was kind of cool for me because you want to see Superman and the gang like fighting some type of giant monster, and we hadn't seen that before. So I thought that okay, that was kind of cool. That was all right. A little weird how they just threw that in there, you know. But I thought I liked that. What did you guys think about it?
What you just said is this sums up the movie. I just threw that in there. That's pretty much what this movie is.
What was it? I
Well, it
watched
was a
some reviews and
distraction though,
videos.
so I
Yeah,
mean, it made sense because for Lex, obviously the way he was thinking, it was a distraction. So I want to
yeah,
say they threw it in there. It was just like an obstacle for him to do what he needed to do.
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, I'm trying to like not complain about it, but I mean, it was
Well,
kind
yeah,
of cool to see that because we've never seen that in a Superman movie.
yeah,
Um, a little bit of a gripe was more the fact that I wish like Superman like flew him out of there or did something different. Like
yeah,
just I felt like just that whole little playground where they fought him in.
yeah.
It just I mean, as like to me, for him not just really destroy anything was kind of like, come on, are you serious? Like a kaiju in like the middle of Metropolis, you think like no building is going to be destroyed? but I guess they
Yeah.
used it for him to save animals, like to save animals, the squirrel and kids
Yeah.
and people around them,
Okay.
and just to show, which is
We
Okay.
good.
got to
Just
have the
like
evacuation scene later, Ricardo, to
Saving a
make sure
fucking
everyone's out of
squirrel
the city
though.
so we can justify
Listen,
us destroying the city.
again, we're on the positives, but we're starting to bleed into the negatives. Saving a goddamn squirrel.
Yeah, that was cool.
well, I just like the fact that for Superman, like he's all about like no,
Yep.
like
No
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 killing,
casualties.
yeah,
saving.
And if you guys remember
Payday,
the
so
animated series, he had his own little animal farm that he put in the
That's
fortress,
true.
right? So that's
Yeah.
kind of what he was thinking about for this thing. So that's probably a line in there to tease him doing it in later movies, maybe, I think. Because again, it's one of those things where, all right, listen, they definitely okay, so you're seeing all these things and how he's acting with like the collateral damage and all the buildings and stuff. It's almost as if they had a mandate to not be overly violent, right?
Well, they blew that. They blew that out of the water with that scene in the jail there.
right.
I
Yeah,
was actually kind of
but
shocked with that. I was like, "Whoa, they went there."
they did go there, and but the thing is like I kind of I didn't know how to feel about it then. I still don't know how to feel about it now either because there's like just there's levels, there's lines, there's things you don't cross or whatever. But getting back to the kaiju, okay, the kaiju was kind of cool to see, but again, like, this is this out of place? Is this really supposed to be here? And then later on, there's that whole little alien amoeba thing, whatever that the Justice King is fighting, and Superman and Lois are just having a heart to heart while that's going on. Not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but that's another one that we're going to need to lay out and kind of discuss which when we talk about tone and everything. And I'm just gonna say it: the unseen 17 cameo of
Dude,
Yeah.
John
that
Cena.
was probably the only time I laughed like genuinely in the entire movie. Seeing Cena like being introduced like off the cuff like that, I'm like, yo,
I
that was
like that.
good.
Yeah, I like
Me
I
that a
too.
lot.
like that shit, man. That was awesome. Again,
Well,
although it
yeah,
does
I
remind
mean,
me, yeah,
you want to make sure like Peacemaker is obviously a part of that world. I know that the Justice Gang or whatever, they're actually gonna be in Peacemaker season two. So
Yep.
for him to have like a slight cameo in that, I thought that helped to just make sure that you guys know that this is James Gunn's like world. On top of that too, I think you're gonna have Rick Flag Sr. I think in
yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was
Oh yeah, Rick,
Senior.
yeah, from Creature
yeah.
Commandos.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I didn't catch that. I thought it was. Oh, is Rick Flag's back now? How are they explaining that in Peacemaker's here?
yeah. This is the dad of the Rick Flag that got killed in
Yeah,
the
that's
Gotcha.
his
Suicide
Okay,
father.
I
Squad.
missed that.
Yeah,
So it actually made sense to actually have Peacemaker make a cameo in some sort, but not too much because obviously
Right.
this is PG-13 movie, and right the
yeah.
way things have been going, like the way that they've been like doing advertisement and like putting it into like Dairy Queen and commercials and all this other stuff, they're gearing it towards kids too as
If
well.
I
Like
see
for
one
everybody.
more, if I see one more goddamn Dairy Queen video with someone turning their Superman cup upside down and going into their chair, I'm gonna
I've
flip.
yet to see this. This is a thing.
This, yeah, because Dairy Queen's so thick it doesn't come out of the cup apparently.
No, 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 no,
But
no. The commercials for Superman. I didn't even know that was a
oh no,
thing.
this wasn't a commercial that I saw. Although there's probably commercials for Dairy Queen right now
Oh,
if we
oh,
really
okay.
want to do it. But people are
There's
like, oh
car
look, I got my
commercials,
cup.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that before.
commercials. It's
Progressive
everywhere.
Insurance.
They
Oh, did we
spent
beat
yeah,
Superman here?
they spent actually like a lot of money. I feel like they spent a lot of money in advertising because I don't remember this even for Man of Steel. As far as I know, I can't think of like any
Yeah,
DC movie lately that I remember off the top of my head how they like advertise the hell out of this thing. Like
That's probably
yeah.
Jordan said. Like,
everywhere.
Man of Steel was more of a adult take at Superman, so maybe that's why they weren't going after the younger audience. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, all the product placement was inside of it, IHOP, Sears, all that shit.
yeah.
That's
So
true.
they paid them to put it in the movie, whereas
Hmm.
now everyone's paying everybody else to put Superman out there. Funny how that works. Listen, I'm going to do a
Um,
lot of fourth wall breaks here because I'm still a little bitter about them icing my boy out of being Superman again, but
yeah.
that's neither here nor there. Um,
I would say
Crypto.
another is that a positive for you?
I think overall crypto was a positive because he wasn't terrible, but of course there is kind of like a little bit of it, like again, kind of like what Steve likes to say, an asterisk to it,
Too much.
because
I
it was
I
good
thought
in
it was
some energies, but too much in
yeah.
others.
Then if that's the case, so for me, it wasn't really a positive. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say it was too much of a negative. I'll say I'm neutral with it.
it's a
Yeah.
weird. We'll put it in the weird category.
I just yeah,
Put it in the weird bucket.
I just think you probably couldn't just, I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to that, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
if you guys want to talk about crypto, feel free. I'm gonna stay out of it. Just so I don't
Okay.
sound
It
negative.
was funny. The audience that I was part of loved crypto every
Oh,
time
of
he was on
course.
screen.
Listen, there wasn't
Um,
gonna there if the theater was
yeah,
full, there was no way in hell that you were not gonna get an audience that's like, oh, look at the dog, oh, look at the dog, oh my
but it
god,
was
look
just
at the
like it got
dog.
obnoxious. It's like, okay, I
Yes, it
get it.
did.
He's a little rambunctious. Okay.
Now, what makes it 10 times more obnoxious is the fact that that dog was lifted from James Gunn's dog in real life.
Oh, is it?
It's
Yeah,
literally they 3D scanned his dog and just made the model white. Because historically, I guess crypto's been a lab, I guess.
That's true. Yeah.
But I guess for this, James Gunn was like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be my dog." And I'm just like, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. We didn't want to give Zack Snyder his own vision. Warner Brothers had their hands up in there, making sure that he was like following a line to follow, right, like a guide or whatever. James Gunn and Peter Safran have carte blanche. They're going to be able to do whatever the fuck they want now, which I highly disagree with, and I always disagree with. And if you want to call me a hater after watching this video for like however many minutes I've
I
been
do and don't
talking,
agree
then
with that. Like
you know,
I feel like the studios hire someone and trust that person, so trust them. If they
yeah,
don't deliver, then don't work with them again. That's just how business works. If
and
yeah,
you hire someone to do a job because of their prior work, you see their
yeah,
prior work, you should have confidence in them.
right. I
So the
mean,
exactly.
studio should stay out of it. So
yeah,
to the point of Snyder, like you hired Snyder because he's a very visually gifted director.
Mm-hmm.
He basically pulls comic book panels and puts them on the movie screens, which is great. They're very beautiful movies, but
Mm-hmm.
like you need to let him do his thing. And the
Yeah,
same thing was here. I mean,
and I
unfortunately,
yeah,
that goes both ways. Like look at Taika Waititi did with the
Thor:
fourth
Love and
Thor
Thunder.
movie. Like that was rough.
God,
Yeah,
that
that was
yeah,
awful.
exactly.
I was just gonna say, 'cause I was talking to a couple of my friends, and I was telling them, like, like at the end of the day, like James Gunn, as far as I know, hasn't really made an awful movie. So
No,
I felt fine at like saying, oh, like I don't think this movie's gonna bomb or anything like that. I don't think that's gonna be the
no.
case. Um, and I think that's probably what DC thinks too, when they gave James Gunn like the opportunity to make his own like universe and his own films. Because even too, like the Suicide Squad movie was a good movie.
It was.
I
Yeah,
liked it. Well,
I liked it.
I obviously like a lot of people didn't go see it because I don't think a lot of people know Suicide Squad, but how he
well,
just
that
revamped it and just made it into his own and in his own
yep.
world, it worked. Especially
Mm-hmm.
too having like Peacemaker and then obviously going to Peacemaker. So he has a track
Yeah,
record of
Yep.
making good DC content. So it's like at this point, we're gonna give you basically all the range and just do what you do, and then on top of that too, if you fail, then you fail. That's on you. It's not on
Right.
us.
mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with them letting James Gunn do what he does. Only thing is though is that can James Gunn stop himself from being James Gunn?
Yes,
And
yes.
Well, that was my
part of
biggest
it
worry,
might
Island. And
be
I saw a meme yesterday, and it summed up this movie perfectly. I know we're trying to be positive, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it said the Guardians of Metropolis. And I'm like, this is exactly what this movie is. It's not as
it's
campy and goofy as Guardians,
but
but it's
it
close.
toes the line. Like
There's parts of this movie,
James
and
Gunn,
thankfully,
yeah,
it's not Superman himself. He has very few like gags with him in it, but
yeah,
the rest of the cast is more the Guardians flavor. You know what I mean?
yeah.
right.
Well, so just and I'll say this right here. James Gunn's thing is sure he did a great job with the Suicide Squad. Definitely
Mhm.
get a bad rap because of you know the pandemic and all the stuff happening and having
In the
to do
previous
streaming
movie,
same day and the previous movie and everything like that. So it turned people off. But look at what his strengths are. Strengths of ensemble, misfits, like rated R, being able
obscure
to go
characters.
there, obscure characters. So going into the movie like this, your worry is okay, is he going to be able to detach from the ensemble? Is he going to be able to not inject too much quirky bullshit in there? Is he going to not make the character like look and act just like Peacemaker or Star Lord with the quips and all the bullshit or whatever? Because Superman is none of those characters. Or is he going
No.
to start shooting off at the mouth? Or is this character going to rub me the wrong way? Or is he even going to be able to make this character like a really good version of XYZ, you know? So those I feel like overall, if I could sum up how everything was for this movie, your hopes and your worries all came to fruition in one movie. That's how I look at it. Because everything that I thought I might hate, I kind of hated. Everything that I thought I might get into and like, I liked for the most part. But what does that leave you with? It leaves you with a kind of even keel almost mediocre, man, not memorable, underwhelming kind of feeling to a certain degree. Like, say what you want about Man of Steel, but Man of Steel grabbed you by the throat and just tossed you back and forth and like shell shocked you. And there's so many things in my mind that I can think of, like as far as action pieces, or oh wow, they just really took it back. They stripped down, they get rid of the crystals, they get rid of this, they made Superman a little bit more vulnerable in this aspect or this aspect, or the music. Oh my god, they didn't use the
He's not as
Superman theme, but
vulnerable as
hey,
he is in this movie.
right? All right, so do you guys have any other positives that you guys want to speak on before we move on to the next stuff?
I'll go.
I go see.
Again, kind of tying into the Superman, him being Superman pretty, doing the Superman role pretty well. I mean, I think they nailed like the Boy Scout version of Superman in this movie. Like that's totally what Gunn was going for, and he did a good job with it. Like you guys mentioned the saving the animals and trying to save people, and there's lots of hero shots of him doing so, which was great. I think I know people make fun of the flying scenes. I thought they were pretty cool and show his power. And um, I've said this before when we've talked Superman. I always felt Superman was kind of a meh hero because he's invulnerable, and there was lots of opportunities to make him vulnerable, which the online has said he looks weak. Well, that's what makes a story. I mean, no, that's fair, but like
Yeah.
that's having your hero in peril is what makes a good story. If he's just beating everyone's ass for 2 hours, I mean, yeah, that's fun. It's a hero fantasy, but like it's not an engaging story. You know what I mean? Now, I
Mm,
will say it was a little much. It was multiple times, but
yeah.
um, and we'll get into that later. But no, I think that was good. I think the cast was pretty well cast for the characters they played. Um, trying to think of other positives here. I honestly
Well,
like. I love how fun the movie felt. It felt fun.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know DC from the DCEU got a bad rep for being the dark movies, but like I mean that they were cool. But it was nice to go to the movies and see a fun movie. You know what I mean? That's what I was mostly excited to see this movie. It seemed like it was gonna be fun.
Mm.
It was bright, it was cheery, it kind of again caught the vibes of what Superman stood for in the past. And he definitely went for the 60s style Superman, like kind of vibe. I felt like the Gosh and Golly was in there a couple times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that threw
So
me. That threw me. He's like, oh gosh,
it's corny, but it's Superman, dude. Like whatever.
I could be a real jerk sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, come
Again,
on,
great
come
point.
on.
Like that's exactly.
So
Oh god,
I
that
just
those after credits were bad.
I'm just gonna jump in though for
Yeah.
my positives. And these are the ones I could think of from the top of my head. Was I thought Lois, Rachel Brosnahan, I thought she was a really good Lois. I actually
Yep.
liked her more than Amy Adams. I think she was more believable as Lois than Amy Adams was, in my opinion. Um, and I don't want to compare the two movies, but I thought she was like the perfect casting for
Hmm.
Lois. I like the whole discussion between like Lois and Clark, like actually like having like
The war thing.
yeah, the whole war thing and
Hmm.
like the whole like disagreement, and then even to like them like are they on the verge of breaking up? Like I thought that they could have used, I think they could have used more of Superman, Lois, or Clark and Lois in the movie, and they didn't.
You know why? Because they're too horny in this movie. Them two
Well,
couldn't keep them lips off each other. Shoot. I'm
In
like,
this
damn, this is a
movie,
little
that they're
uncomfortable,
they're
man.
they're too horny in this movie. They're too horny in this movie, not Batman v Superman, where like they were getting into
The
the tub
tub.
and doing their thing. And
Honestly,
she,
kind of yes. Dude, there
listen,
was
isn't it
I,
funny though how they lifted
we
that
should
stuff?
watch it and
Yeah.
time how long the kissing scenes for those two are this movie. I would say it's like 15 minutes.
Listen,
yeah,
for listen, okay, so it's funny though
Sorry,
how
Ricardo, I cut you off.
I get
yes, it's funny how certain themes are kind of like revisited here in Superman when we got them in Man of Steel and BVS, like the conflict of Superman arbitrarily making the decision to go and stop a conflict or to preemptively stop a terrorist from killing his girlfriend or do this not on American soil, and then you have like hearings and shit like that. Like that was a more like glim and doomy aspect of it in that movie, but in this one, it's like you can't just be making arbitrary decisions like that. I stopped a war. I stopped people from dying. God damn it! I'm like, okay, tone it down, tone it
it.
down, tone it down, Clark.
I dig that
You
though.
need to
And to
relax.
Ricardo's point, like that was a really cool conversation because
Yeah,
And it was good acting by both people because they were going in and out of the relationship and then their professional lives. You know what I mean? So it was good flip
Yeah.
flop in between in the conversation. I like that a lot, actually.
And then
All right.
I was gonna bring the fact that obviously like I said, I think they should have used a little bit more Lois and Clark. So maybe that's like right, but
Yeah.
um I think I like the fact that like James Gunn like humanized him in a sense instead of him just like being an alien, like kind of like in Man of Steel. How like they kind of tapped in a little bit more on the alien side of things.
Mm.
Here they kind of tapped in more of like the human side of Clark and well, not Clark, but Superman, I guess you can say. Um, so kind of like had pieces of Christopher Reeve's Superman in a sense, a little bit.
Mm.
See, that's the thing. Is like I still like, even though I look at Man of
Well,
Steel, I
Superman.
still look at him as kind of a humanized, like I look at Clark as being human because what's more human than wanting to protect your mother or the people that you love? You know, whenever someone's stepping to them, like people, but oh, that's going overboard. We're leading into the alien aspect because oh, Batman's coming at him because he's like this alien from another planet who has all this destructive power. But no, it's like even though he didn't outright say it, kind of like what David says at the end of this movie, like I make mistakes, but that's what makes me human. God damn it, like
The prepared speech.
yeah, exactly. The Oscar
That was
speech, the
corny.
the speech, the speech to the audience members. Like I'm human. Damn it. you
Yeah,
know, like
I
I
thought
I
that,
didn't. I
mean,
don't
that
need
was a
that.
little bit forced.
you can poke fun at it, but I do like that aspect of this Superman over Cavill's Superman because he got to vocalize what he was about more than Cavill did, and that's not Cavill's fault. It's
Mm.
the script, but
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just another thing I liked a lot was I thought Lex was a really good Lex. I thought he was obviously evil, cunning, and he had like obviously he's an intellectual. I like that like he had a whole plan devised on doing something. The only I'm not going to talk about it now, but there's a big gripe that I have with Lex.
oh
Um,
yeah, there's a
yeah,
lot.
there's a gripe that I have with him, but I thought
Yeah.
like he was he was evil. Like he was Lex
Oh
Luthor
yeah.
was definitely like a Lex obviously better than the one in Batman v Superman, but I thought he was a
Hey,
really
don't shit on
good.
Jesse Eisenberg, man. That
I
was
don't care.
key acting right there.
I did not care for that guy.
No, I
Um,
agree.
See,
but
this is where my
I thought it was a good part of the movie. I thought like he was just like this guy's like
It was classic Lex versus
yeah,
Superman for yeah.
yeah, exactly. But there's obviously
yeah.
I have some gripes.
This
Yeah, of
this is where
course.
this is where my Snyder stand comes out in me is like you're talking about my boys as if they didn't emote and do all that stuff. Like, yeah, but so I
Yeah,
think it's safe to say we've kind of completed the pros of the like for all of our pros we would say
yeah,
for the
I thought it
film.
was fair.
So now I know it's out of order, but I have to be honest. Lois Lane was a bitch, and she had so many red flags. Like, oh, I was just about to break up with him. We've only been going out for 3 months, and he already said the L word. So
Yeah,
he's kind of a simp for me. So I'm
the other
sorry,
the under the
Lois
breath
is a
comment is saying,
bitch.
I knew this wouldn't work. Like,
Like,
damn
yeah,
bitch.
like come on, man. Like, listen,
I
I
had some PTSD there from past relationships. I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm
I don't
like
need to
I'm
deal with
like
this again.
that's such a gaslighting technique though. Like if you look at relationships, that
Oh yeah,
is like that is like the female covert narcissist right there. Trying to make you feel bad and trying to keep you in by guilt tripping you. So I get a little bit of a beef with this Lois. The other Lois, she understood, she was
she turns around
nice.
acting
This
surprised that
one,
Clark
no.
left.
right.
Yeah, like what
Like,
do you think was gonna happen, bitch? You just
yeah,
dogged him
I'm
out, and then
fucking
all of a sudden,
Superman. Like, I'm out.
yeah, like I don't need this shit. I can fucking fly off and save fucking a cat from a tree right now. But she did ask the hard hitting questions. She did ask like the
Yep.
Pulitzer stuff. The threes at the beginning of the goddamn movie. Oh, 3 centuries ago, the metahumans
Metahumans existed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's like,
ushering in an era of gods and monsters. I'm like, all right, Kevin Feige, relax.
it's
And
like,
then
dude, this is like cardinal rule number one. If you have a movie, if you have to have a ton of exposition to start it, probably not a good writing process.
Right.
show, don't tell. This movie
Exactly.
needed
Don't tell
this
me
movie
what.
needed
Show
montages.
me. I'm watching your
This
movie. Right.
movie needed fucking montages. I needed to see like the first metahumans doing battle on like a horizon line. Maybe that's too Zack
I don't think that was even
Snyder-esque or
needed.
whatever. But it's like
None of that was needed, really. Like,
that's
dude,
backstory that we could explain later on in like the fifth
exactly.
movie.
With you can throw a throwaway line and like Green Lantern
Yeah.
later in the movie is like, talking about
Yeah,
he would join the Lantern Corps. Like a
exactly.
normal person going to the movies doesn't know what the lanterns are, so that's
Right.
enough
And
exposition to
and they're
know.
gonna find out when the Lanterns TV show comes with Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan's coming, which I'm interested in.
Same.
3 years ago, Superman came out as the Man of Steel or whatever, revealed himself. 30 minutes ago, a conflict happened and he stopped it. 3 minutes ago or 3 weeks ago, blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why am I reading this shit right now? This is more egregious than the fucking eye piercing text that was in Captain America Civil War every time they went to places. Lagos, like Brooklyn or Queens, like right at you. I'm just
Why is that hurting you?
like it's just like right there. Ah,
Okay.
I didn't mind them.
I didn't mind it either. I was like, whoa, what is he talking about? Oh, just saying where they are? Okay.
Like what? Why? Why do we
I
need the
think
text to be?
I think the reason why they did that is because they just wanted to get straight to, like, they want to do something different. They just want to get straight to Superman.
Right.
We want to get to the action, get to all this, like, we don't want no backstory and showing all this stuff and him being a kid. Like, because even too, like, in the trailer, it showed him, which I think they put it at the end of the movie where he's watching highlights of his family or whatever, which is, I don't know, that's still kind of weird to me. Like,
Yeah,
was like his mom, like, Ma kept filming, or I don't know. But anyways,
yeah. How did that? It's like how is he remembering things when he's not seeing himself? Like
right. Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
yeah, anyways, I think they just wanted to like deviate from like starting doing like the backstory stuff. But I thought,
Mhm.
again, I mean, again, I'm not trying to compare, but like with Man of Steel, how they kind of like dropped it in different places of his past and when he was younger. I thought that was like awesome in that
I thought
movie.
that was
But
awesome too.
um, but
One
yeah,
so what
yeah,
is it?
go ahead.
Not to cut you off, Ricardo, but one thing I will say, all I'm saying is if they wanted to get to the action, putting the text and then having Superman go off to the Fortress of Solitude for 20 minutes and then getting to the action wasn't the best way to do it. That's all I'm saying, because we want to get to the action, but hey, Superman just dropped down and then Crypto just pulled him to the fortress and then they had to heal him for 20 minutes. It's almost like a 20-minute promo in WWE. Okay, where's the wrestling? What's
Right.
going on, Seth Rollins? I don't give a shit. Come on now. What's going on? What are we doing here?
Well,
Oh, commercial break.
I'm just gonna go to like my mindset is like, okay, well, I mean, we all seen that clip, but it's like,
Yeah.
why is Superman, like, why is he beating up? Like, what happened? So that's what I'm thinking, like, what's going on,
Yeah.
type of thing. So that's where my mind kind of went to. But
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Like,
I think what he was going for is to hide Ultraman, who he really was to the last at the end.
You listen, you knew in 30 minutes after that who Ultraman was, because how else did they get in the Fortress of Solitude?
exactly.
Because
Yeah,
I'll be honest,
you
I
knew.
had no idea. I'm like, whatever, it's Lex Luthor shit. I don't
Really?
care.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
okay.
I didn't think of it.
Well, and to be fair, in Superman 2, he like literally went with Tessmacher and mushed all the way to the North Pole.
Pretty
So
much.
there wasn't a security system. We didn't think about that shit in the 60s and 70s. We left our doors unlocked and stuff all the time.
Hey, we had plastic shields that come out of our S symbol, to capture people. So
um,
Cellophane S.
cellophane, thank you.
where do you want to go next with Grapes? I thought like we kind of want to get off this whole like 30
Yeah.
year thing.
Yeah, so as far as the next thing, let's just keep it going with what we spoke about. Lex was dastardly. Lex was a villain, but
Dude, he was
sometimes
a psycho in this movie.
he went too petty. He went too petty.
Yeah. I think it was a little too violent for Lex. He's smarter than that.
Right.
Yes.
That's my main thing with him being smarter than that. It's like, for him to get basically wrapped up in this whole like, which again, that's another thing that's stupid with like the Daily Planet basically like ending a war and getting Lex put in jail off of selfies from a girl that he was dating. Like,
Dude,
that's
that whole
stupid.
sub story.
Listen, he does not hang or spend time with dumb blondes like that.
Yeah.
He's
You
a
just
man of
thought Miss
refined
Tessmacher
taste.
from the OG one. Come on now, you just ruined
Yeah,
your argument.
she's not a dummy in the first one. She's like, she's a little bit more of a classy lady. She has some smarts.
Okay.
She flipped because one of the rockets was getting sent to where her mom lives, and she was going to be a casualty.
That's essentially what happened in this movie.
No, it's not. She got the
Yes,
hots for Jimmy. She wanted that Jimmy from Jimmy.
That was
Yeah,
stupid.
Jimmy Olsen looks like he's 75 in this movie. What the frig, bro?
Like, come on, man. Like, are you
Good
kidding?
job, kid. You're
Like,
probably like 2 years younger than me.
right? Like,
It's like Jesus Christ.
how in the f does that even make any sense logically? Like,
It's a dumb gun joke. That's all it is.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
there's
I
a
just
lot of
think,
gun isms in this movie. We will
yeah, I just
cover.
think
Dude,
that
the
like,
audience loved it. Every
yeah,
time it happened, they loved it. I'm like,
I thought it was
ugh.
stupid. I thought it was stupid. But
Yeah, me
getting
too.
back to Lex, though, I think just like for
Yeah,
me, like for him to be like an intellectual guy, for him to like, he's not petty in the
yeah.
comic books and the cartoon shows. For him to like his downfall is dating this blonde, you know,
Social media,
yeah,
whatever.
social media girl. Like I think as an intellectual, like dating somebody like below your IQ or whatever. I'm not saying she's an idiot, but she plays one.
Yeah,
I feel like I would be annoyed if I was like a guy
yeah.
dealing with a girl like this. Like, why would I want a girl like to have somebody that I'm dating to be
It,
someone like this who's just like
it,
always she's taking selfies and just like
yeah,
not even like her head. She's not even her
yeah.
head's not even the game. Like I could understand if he was dating somebody that was like
Yeah, like a mercy
manipulative and
type or whatever. Like, yeah,
right,
someone
who
that's
could be
like
like a
just as like
partner.
on his level, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. And that's what like they were lacking in that, and like they just threw her in there. I was like,
Yeah,
why is Lex dating this girl? Like
it
it's
was
and for it to be his downfall, for him to like basically get sent to Bellary, like that's like I
it
thought
was dumb.
that was
Let's say
disappointing.
what it was. It was dumb and disappointing because,
Yeah,
first of all, if this person can't handle the mental depth, like look at Superman Returns, Parker Posey. That chick in there wasn't taking selfies. She was with the master plan. Miss Tessmacher with the master plan until it was going to kill her mom or something like that.
yeah,
Right there, like not
This
setting
test
stuff.
marker was with the master plan because she was dumb.
Yeah.
She was playing the classic 70s dumb female
Listen,
companion.
out of the two of
right.
them,
But we're not
Otis
in the
was dumber than
'70s,
her,
though.
and Otis was
Huh?
the one that was giving up the plan. Otis was the dumbass in
Well,
that
yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm
In
not
this
saying Otis was
movie,
smart either.
in this movie, they took Otis's IQ from the '70s Superman, merged it with Miss Tessmacher, and now we have this freaking dumb bimbo taking
I don't know.
pictures of like
I
all
think
these
she's just
plans.
playing the common dumb arm candy that today's arm candy as opposed to the 70s version.
But to the point that
But speaking of
Ricardo and I are
Otis,
trying
I
to
like
make,
the
yeah.
callback to Otis being
Oh yeah,
the bodyguard.
the new
Otis's
Otis.
crew. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep. But to kind of bring it back on track right here, I think what me and Ricardo are basically saying, and I think you agree with this too, Steve, is that as smart as he is, he wouldn't be
Yeah.
petty, and plus, he wouldn't just try and be with
He
like
would be
some hot
petty, but
chick.
it'd be a different level. It'd be smarter.
Yeah,
He wouldn't get his
you would.
hands dirty.
He wouldn't be getting his hands dirty by shooting some guy in front of Superman with Russian
Right.
roulette. And then on top, because like even Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor was smart enough to know I got a master plan, but I'm not going to be anywhere near the scene of the crime. I'm going to set off a bomb. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to have them go after Superman's mom. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to pull the trigger myself because that all ties back to me already, the trail and everything.
Yeah,
Tessmacher, he would not date someone that's like disconnected and glib, like
right.
especially in front of top secret shit. And why the hell would you lock up a ballerina that dumped you or whatever the fuck that chick was? Like you just lock up all your exes? Like seriously? Like that's overboard. That's overboard. That's
Yeah,
much.
yeah. So that was like one of my gripes with Lex, like the biggest gripe.
Yeah.
Um, and like I actually like thought about this, which I don't know if it's a gripe, but it was just more like did they not like want to do it? Like it's crazy to me that like Clark comes into work one day and he's like, yeah, I'm having interviews with Superman. And after that, there's no Clark at work. There's no
Yeah.
Clark like
Good.
like where is it? I mean, which is good. I guess
I
he's
can't.
like more Superman. But
I'm
my
sorry,
No,
man.
but
Like,
I want the Clark
Daily
Kent
Planet, like,
too.
I guess. But this, if I can jump in real quick, this
yeah,
kind of ties into my biggest gripe with the entire movie. This movie is the visual version of a word salad. Or sorry, a visual version of a run-on sentence. So much shit is happening. I think there's like 2 transition shots in this entire movie,
Hmm,
and one of them being the Daily Planet part when Clark's going to work. And it's just
right.
like boom, 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 which sometimes works. But dude, I'm like, what is happening? We're just like throwing shit on the wall. We're doing it all right now. Let's get it out. You know
The
what I
pacing
mean?
was yeah.
My thing is like the whole entire Daily Planet crew all jumps into Mr. Terrific's like
So
shit. But it's like
stupid.
but like my thing is like where's like the whole like you're missing somebody. You're missing like a key player who like talks to Superman. There's no one asking like, oh, where's Clark? Obviously Lois knows Clark's Superman, but Like
Yeah,
even too,
but
like there was like not that much of Perry. I'm not saying there
I
needs to
see.
be.
I didn't like that either. Too Perry. There was not a lot of Perry in this. There, you get a lot of Perry in the last Superman stuff.
It
I
probably
liked.
got cut on the. It probably got cut on the cutting room floor. I would be
Yeah.
surprised. Gunn probably has like a lot more that he just
Yeah.
didn't want to use, and I think he probably was like, I don't want to make this movie longer than. I think it need. Honestly, I think the movie needed to be a little bit longer to like
Mm,
Oh,
flesh
you
some
can
things
definitely tell
out.
that. It's
yeah.
just
But
all over the place.
I think Gunn would
Yeah.
just want to make it as short as he could to like
Right.
not scare anybody away because obviously this is like the first movie in their
Yeah.
universe in a sense, and I think he just wanted to like make it as quick and crisp as he can, so he didn't have to like.
While including those extra bits like the Justice Gang and stuff. Because I tell you what, you took the Justice Gang out of there and you just made it all about Superman. Maybe have a little cameo or like a little news clipping of the other heroes doing their thing like across the country.
No, you know what you do? This is
Like,
what you do. You put up a YouTube video to show them to prepare the audience for the next movie.
or you do a news interview with Peacemaker talking shit about Superman. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's not cool when Spider-Man 3 does this with a whole bunch of villains
Yeah,
and
for sure.
characters, but it's fine when James Gunn does it with Superman because
Jay,
everyone wants
Jay,
a big Superman.
How am I going to have Green Lantern using his powers to put middle fingers at tanks? I mean, why would I? How am I going to get that in the movie, brother?
That was my weird, but that was a funny weird. Like I didn't expect the whole bunch of middle fingers to be going
Like,
up.
come on, dude. Like, seriously?
That was a Gunnism. That was a Gunnism.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, Lex Luthor is too petty, and it kind of was his downfall because he's all wrapped up in Superman. Although I did like his line. I thought his line was pretty funny about the dog. He's like, "Where's the dog?" Okay, first of all, that's a gripe too. Superman does not rush into a fucking office and do all that shit, knowing full goddamn well someone's got a cell phone in there to see this shit. You know. And he's like, "Where's the dog? What did you do with the dog?" I don't know what you're talking about. Dumb dog, blah blah blah. What did you say?
I like that though. When he's like,
Thing.
he's like,
yeah,
oh, the
dumb
dog with the red
yeah,
cape.
yeah, dumb dog, red cape. What did you say? I didn't say anything.
Nothing.
I don't know what
I
you're
didn't say
talking
anything.
about. Like that type of pettiness was funny, but then it's like, okay, Lex, you're a mastermind. You don't need to sink to these levels. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't really get his rationale. He wanted half of Jardin, whatever the country was from Baravia. I'm like, it's all about the real estate with this man, huh? We can't get away from the real estate mogul in Lex Luthor. We can never escape the real estate. It's all about land. It's all about real estate. I don't know. But yeah, so as far as that goes, I mean, maybe we're forgetting a couple things, but Lex is definitely way too petty for my liking. I thought that they could have dialed it back just a tiny bit. He has more tact, and him getting arrested at the end of the movie just feels out of place because usually Lex is like squeaky clean. He doesn't need to like, unless it's like monstrous levels of espionage and stuff, you know, like in BVS and how he created a monster that literally almost killed everybody and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. That's me.
I'm trying to think of the next thing. Obviously, the Jimmy thing was that one's like annoying to me the whole entire time. Like,
right? Like
it's unbelievable in my opinion. I know obviously some people in my theater laughed at it, they liked it, but like for Jimmy to be like a womanizer, not even a womanizer. Right? It's just like all these.
He didn't even want it.
Yeah, he's like he names her
part of it.
He names her freak toes or whatever. He names her freak toes. Listen, there's been a couple Jimmys that could happen with like Justin Whalen, the kid who was in the Lois and Clark show. He was a teen heartthrob. I could see that happening with him. Or freaking Jimmy Olsen in the Supergirl show. That guy is freaking. He's Jackson, the Mortal Kombat movie. Makad Brooks. Oh, yeah. Makad Brooks. That guy. Every girl I know loves that guy. They're like, oh,
but Jay, it's only funny if he doesn't look the part. Right. Why would this beautiful woman want him?
You know what they should have done though, and maybe I could be wrong about this, and I haven't really like watched the movie, but like how they had Chris Hemsworth in that Ghostbusters movie play like the admin guy. Even though I didn't care for the movie, I didn't like the movie.
Yeah,
they could have had something like along those lines.
Oh, like, where the person's like hot and he's like a dork though. Is that what you're saying?
Doesn't realize it. Yeah.
Doesn't realize it. Maybe that. Yeah. That would have worked better, honestly. That's my opinion, but I
agree with you.
I just think that like you said, like this Jimmy looked like he was like 75 years old.
Dude, he looked like he was like expecting his first grandkid. Like, brother, what's going on over there? Like, right? Oh, you look older than the entire cast, including Perry.
That's wild. You guys are crazy, man. That's wild.
Yeah,
75 years old.
he's like,
Jesus.
I was just like, you gotta be
He
kidding. I
came
was like, no
he
way.
came out with a driver's license when he was born,
Shit. Social, he's
Social
collecting Social Security out the
Security.
womb, like, brother.
right? Um okay, so now I want to get into the twofold gripes here of Superman's parents. We'll start with the lesser of the gripes. Why the fuck is Superman's Earth parents country bumpkins?
Because
Why
they're
is his
in the
why is his
country.
why is
Aren't
his
they like
mom
in the
so
Midwest?
inept
Because
and
it's
with a thick
funny. Because they're
accent?
old.
Hey honey, I don't know if you can hear me,
Brother,
but I hope
I
you're
think you're
doing
reaching here,
okay.
man. They're from Kansas, bro. Like, it's the South, man.
No, that's not how people act when they're
I'm
from
sorry we
Kansas.
can't be all Kevin Costner. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
I went from Yellowstone to fucking Smokey and the Bandit. I think I prefer Yellowstone, to be honest here.
Yeah,
What you're
I think
saying is
I think
you wanted him to sacrifice himself to the tornado in this one.
I feel like I listen, I like my Jonathan Kent's Unalive. I don't know if you know this about me. I like my
Oh,
Jonathan
good.
Kent's Unalive. So yes, I would.
Wow.
I mean, my thing is, I think I feel like it was like a James, like, I don't have any problem with the parents. I mean, they were just kind of like whatever to me because, again, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, they weren't like really prominent in the movie.
No.
I think it was kind of more like a James Gunny type of thing where you have like,
Oh, it definitely
not,
was.
they're like not attractive but they're likable, old, like
It's a
old,
grounding agent for Superman. That's all it is.
right? And I think
Oh, well,
it,
I got a better grounding agent for you. Hey, have a lot of women, get bitches, fuck the world, be the king.
What?
That's pretty much the message that his Kryptonian parents gave to him. That's a cardinal sin right there. That's a better message.
It's so ambiguous though. Like they say that that's what the message should have said,
it
but do
wasn't.
you
I
believe that?
listen.
Like,
It's such a cop out though, because if it wasn't that case, then you should have did away with that right at the end of the movie. And I'll be damned if by the next movie they say, "Oh, the message was doctored. This is really what the message says," because this administration of DC people is going to curb the movies to please the audience. That's what they're going to do, probably. And if they do
they're
that in the
skewing
next
too
movie,
far
then
the other
that's
way, right?
exactly because there's an overcompensation. There was too much noise online about how Man of Steel went too far and this happened and this wasn't cool. This was too dark. This was that. So I would not be surprised if by the next movie or somewhere down the line they retroactively, change that to be like, oh no, they doctored that. That was doctored. It was believed to be found, or fuck, hey Kara, come over here, you
Ugh,
drunk bitch. Get over here and translate this
dude.
shit for me. Does
That's
that
another.
make any sense?
Yeah, that was one of my other biggest gripes too, and I was like really like pissed that they did that because I knew that Supergirl was going to be in the movie, but for that to be her appearance, like I thought that was like one of the worst things ever.
Yeah,
I thought that
I
was
agree.
so stupid. Like I think like you dumbed her down. Obviously, who knows? It might change her character a little bit more than in her actual movie. But for her to be like a party girl and she went to whatever to go get drunk, you know, like that's stupid. That was
Did
stupid.
anyone else
It was
think? Did
nowhere.
anyone else think white chicks when they saw her how she was acting? Because that's what my mind went to. Like not Marlon and Sean, but like the ones that they were pretending to be, how ditzy and dumb and drunk and partier they were. That's what my went to. That this is one of the heiresses from White Chicks right here, that they pretended to be.
Yeah, I mean, I see the comparison. I could definitely see that. I didn't think about that first. I just thought like, why they dumb down Supergirl?
Yeah,
Why they dumb her down and make
and I
her
did,
into some party girl?
and I didn't
Like,
like that Crypto was her dog. And so you're telling me this whole fucking time we get attached sort of to Crypto being Superman's dog, and then all of a sudden it's not even his dog, it's this chick's dog, and
well,
she's like a
it
bad
kind of, I mean,
dog parent.
it kind of makes sense because obviously like he wasn't trained, so he's doing all this stupid stuff. Um,
So
but again,
she lacks discipline in two different ways then.
yeah. So like, I mean, crypto again, it wasn't like my favorite thing of the movie or anything like that. I didn't see it as a positive, but I think he was just like an annoying thing. And that's another thing I was going to bring up with the whole thing with crypto and basically defeating Lex. I thought that was stupid. And like you said too, I think we talked about it previously. It was like the whole Hulk smashing with Loki, a funny thing. Like for Lex to go out that way, I thought that was just stupid. I thought it was dumb for
Yeah.
crypto to jump in and do that. Like, did you really need Crypto to do that? Like to basically jump in and do Superman, like be Superman's battles, like the whole like
No.
Mr. Terrific thing and him biting like the cameras and on top of that too, helping the whole fight with Ultraman or
Mm.
I don't know if he's gonna be Bizarro, I have no idea, but
Oh, I'm
um
sure he's going
That's
to
they're
be.
teasing
yeah,
him as
Yeah.
Bizarro because I guess because he was covered, it was almost like we didn't see his skin become pale white like Bizarro. Because I guess Bizarro's he doesn't like the sun. I guess it damages him, and that's why he turns pale white and stuff. So he
right.
got thrown in the black hole. Which hey, Superman doesn't kill, but he'll throw a motherfucker in a black hole in a heartbeat, right? So
Yeah. But I just thought that like that part of Crypto, like, you know, you had him in a couple scenes, great and all, but just to, to do that, I think it was just like another James Gunny thing, and I didn't care for it. And then on top of it too, again, he kind of throws that dog into your throat with the whole Kara coming in and basically like slamming her onto the ground and stuff like that. And she's like laughing and it's funny.
yeah,
Like
like that's not funny. That's not funny to me. That's
I thought it was stupid.
This dog could be a weapon of mass destruction. He can do what Henry Cavill Superman did in the other movies, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But taking a step back again. I don't like that message was like that. I don't like that this is what we've done, and this is the impression we're giving for Kal-El's parents on Krypton. That's a cardinal sin right there for me. Like, yeah, okay, maybe Smallville or whoever did this continuity, whatever it is. Oh, okay, maybe this is a workaround because we don't want to use Zod all the time. But like, no, bump that noise because the point of Superman is like the purest Boy Scout ever. Whether he was on Krypton, if it had survived, whether he was going to be brought up on Earth, his parents were going to be his moral compass no matter what. And the fact that he had four parents be in the moral compass from the jump that he never knew, and then going to Earth, and he was raised with the best of intentions and the moral compass that he has. That's part of the fiber of it. This whole thing about he's an immigrant and he was raised by these people and adopted by this and all this and that stuff. I'm like, that's cool, that's fine, but I don't think you needed to commit character assassination on Jor-El and Lara for this shit. Plus, Bradley Cooper as Jor-El, I hate now because he's a dick. Oh yeah, get a lot of women, have as many wives as you can, conquer these people who are simpletons essentially. It's kind
I
of
mean, if you're Bradley
disrespectful.
Cooper, wouldn't you do? Just
Yeah.
kidding.
I don't know.
Limitless.
I still think that like that translation is not true. I don't know. I still think that's not true.
Well, for me,
I
the
don't
thing,
know.
the big litmus test is in the continuities, and I don't know if this is the continuity. Kara is older than Kal-El technically, but
Yeah.
somehow through the warp, her ship came later. She actually grew up on Krypton, so she can speak Kryptonian. So why can't she translate this? Why can't she listen
Oh,
to what they
fair.
say?
That's
Like
Well,
fair.
the message was
that's my
broken,
point.
so
Yeah, the message was broken.
Android chick decoded it.
Well. Now that it's not, they can retrieve it from the engineer. I think that's her name, and
Yeah, yeah,
then they
yeah.
can get the copy. But to have Mister Terrific, who listen, Mister Terrific is credible. He's credible. He knows tech and all this stuff. So when you're backing it up with a credible, awesome character who is a straight shooter and doesn't say any bullshit, and he says that's the real message, Cal. Like when the Justice Gang is confronting, that's what kind of made my heart drop because I thought the same thing. Like, oh, this is blackmail. This he's just making this, faking it, like saying 28 linguists
He
translated
did say
this,
that. You're right. Yeah.
But then Mister Terrific said it. He's like, no, this is exactly what it says. It's the truth. Is this true right here for you?
I don't know. I thought I took it as the video was real, but the translation, that's the only thing I was like, oh, maybe they translate it in a way where that's not what actually they actually said. I
Well,
knew that that's what I got to it where like the video is real, but the translation wasn't. But
yeah,
if it is,
it's the
if
ambiguity of
that's
it.
what, but if that's what they're going with, and if they say, oh yeah, basically like make a bunch of Kryptonians and have like a bunch of like women and make children with them, like if that's the case, if that's real, then like yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like
Yeah.
that's far from what like Jor-El, Jor-El and the Kryptonians are. Like,
Yeah.
and my thing is too is that if Kara, let's say she's older than Clark, like
Wouldn't she
wouldn't
have that
Kara
same
say like,
view?
yeah, wouldn't she have the same view and be like, yeah, your
Mm,
parents, this is what we do for like if we're Kryptonians,
that's
this is what we
true.
do.
Well,
She
we
could
don't.
say that too as well.
Well, and again, we don't
I
know
don't know.
how Kara is, and maybe again, I hate to go on this headcanon, speculative thing, but maybe she had head trauma when she landed or whatever. Maybe she's not remembering this manifesto, whatever bullshit. But then again,
Maybe she's just drunk
Kara's, yeah. But then again, maybe she's living that out across the galaxy, getting smashed and
and
smashing.
smashed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I hate to be so callous about it, but I mean, hey, you do you, sister. You want to do whatever you want to do. Act like it's the Jersey Shore with the galaxy. Um, I don't know. Listen, but I'm saying that's just a cardinal sin in my book, and maybe it was done for shock value, but just keep.
I think it was done just to accent that his Earth parents are his parents,
Yeah, I
and to
mean,
create that turmoil, and that's why they had that scene at the end that relaxes him, and it's the Earth parents.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I almost feel like it's kind of a falsified conflict. Like even if that happened, there should be no conflict. He should still be resting on his laurels and be like, I am more than what this is. It's just like
And he does say that. I mean,
it's not who I am. It's what I
no,
do that
and that's the
defines
whole
me.
point of that whole thing is like it's that's not who I am. I heard the first half of that message, and that's who I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's yeah, that was probably my biggest gripe out of everything is just like the character assassination, the audacity that they had to disgrace the Kryptonian family. Come on. All right, let me
Yeah,
get off
man.
my high soapbox, my high horse.
Most of this movie, I was literally like after like 20 minutes, I'm literally like this in the theater. I was like eating my popcorn. I
Yeah,
stopped
I
eating
was
because
like,
I got sick of it, and I was literally watching the movie like this. And I'm like, and I realized it like half an hour in, I'm like, brother, I'm not into this movie.
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, I was just
Damn.
watching it just to watch it, but like I said, there were some
Yeah,
things that like turned me off. Obviously, the whole Jimmy thing, the whole Lex dating that, the dumb blonde, and then,
Yeah.
you know, again, I like Lois. I think Crypto was just kind of whatever to me. I didn't care,
Yeah.
especially too, like I knew that James Gunn like modeled it after his own
I didn't
dog.
know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
modeled it after his own dog, and I'm like, the Crypto I know, like he's a lab. I think you could have done better. Had like a bigger dog. I think it would have been cool.
Yeah.
And then also too for him like not being his own dog, like that's another thing that kind of like turned me off, and it being Kara was kind of like you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
And then he's like basically babysitting so she can go party. Like that's stupid. That's
Yeah.
stupid to me.
Here's one gripe I admit we didn't talk about. Why'd you make my ass sit through all those credits for dumbass after credit scenes that had no fucking point?
Just
Ah,
to
yeah,
vi-
that's a good one.
just because it was a commentary on after credit scenes. They're like, yeah, we made you sit through this. It's kind of Gunn's thing though, because at the end of the third Guardians, it was like a nothing scene with Star Lord and his grandfather just eating cereal and shit, right? So I
Yeah,
don't think that Gunn likes end credit scenes. He's like, really? Okay, if we're gonna put something in here, this is
it's
what we're
gonna
gonna
be
put in
something
here.
goofy or whatever. Like it's not gonna be anything that's like, okay, like this is gonna be like, oh, you want to make sure you stay tuned for the next, movie, or
Yeah,
we're actually like gearing towards something. It's just kind of more just like, oh, something funny. Like again, it's like a cherry on top of
yeah,
you know of cake
exactly.
or whatever. That's basically what it was. It wasn't anything
Yeah,
worth
just a
worth
just
paying
like
for.
just a have my cake and eat it too moment. Basically, we got you by the
Basically,
balls.
yeah.
You sat through this whole thing. So,
Yeah.
whatchamacallit? What was I gonna say? Oh, go ahead, Steve. What
I
was
was
it?
gonna say, maybe I'm just blind, but I didn't realize that Nathan Fillion was Guy Gardner until I watched the movie. I'm like, oh shit, that's Nathan Fillion.
Well, you know what? That kind of brings me to the next thing that I wanted to go, the gun-isms. The gun-isms that we can pick off here. And you were naming
Hmm.
quite a few of them, Ricardo. But well, number one is Nathan Fillion being in every goddamn movie that he does.
Guys,
Because
catch his
him
brother.
there I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
his
I
brother.
thought
I think one thing Republicans and Democrats can agree upon is Lex Luthor's an asshole. Mr. Stagg of Stagg Industries funding the Justice Gang, as it were. Isn't the Stagg Industries Maxwell Lord, right? So he's the new Maxwell Lord. Is that who he is, or what is it? I forget.
I think they showed his name in the video footage. I forget what it was.
I can't
I don't
remember.
know. I'll have to double check. But basically, if that's Maxwell Lord, that was Pedro Pascal in the last Wonder Woman. So is that an upgrade? Is that a
Oh,
downgrade? So what are we
hey, it
doing
could be
here?
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was awful.
it could be better. Life is good, but it could be better.
Yeah, that was awful.
um, Mr. Terrific's the garage door thing.
Yeah, the garage door thing was kind of stupid. Like for a guy who's like
Yeah,
a genius in tech and everything
I'm
like
working
that,
on it.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
garage
I
door.
haven't had a chance to work on it yet.
Oh,
That's what he
Okay.
that's
said,
another
yeah.
thing. That's another thing too. I forgot to bring up. Um, was the stupid music in that scene.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, it was a cool scene of showing Mr. Terrific what he could do.
but it
But
was
then
so.
that scene to your point, Ricardo, and then at the end scene with Superman's watching his Earth parents and like you gotta have Gunn's playlist on there. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, man.
Oh, that's not punk. That's not punk. That's not real punk. Blah, blah. And
Yeah,
then
that's another one. Yep, yep.
like, come
yes,
on now, like,
yeah.
um. So,
Oh, I did
whoa.
hear. Really quick. I did hear this though. Is that if I don't know if you guys have like Spotify or Apple Play or whatever like that, but I think James Gunn made a playlist of each character on for Superman, and basically that's why like Superman says he's like punk or whatever. He's like an
Oh,
emo. He's like an emo, I guess, emo type of guy. I guess he likes all this emo music.
hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
a
That's
little
interesting.
outside world bonus if you ever want to jump in and take a look at that.
I'm curious. It may make me hate the movie more than I already do. No, I'm kidding. um. Metamorpho. I kind of feel like he was a waste. Like that whole sequence in the Pocket Universe was a little weird.
That's a cool
Um,
name. You're in.
I
That was
think
that was the second time I laughed in the movie. That was a good fun. That was a good line.
I think
Him?
you obviously you needed him for the whole kryptonite thing because them saying there's no trace of kryptonite, so you needed
Yeah.
that. The only way to like basically like bring Superman down on his knees and basically put him on the same level as as Lex to make it seem like he's like it's gonna be a threat, or in a sense make Lex a threat is to basically break Superman down and have kryptonite. Um,
Yeah. We're kind of going back to that old
but he
shtick.
doesn't have any kryptonite.
Yeah.
Um,
He might have
but
some
Metamorpho, like
surplus, but
yeah, Metamorpho, it's just like one of those again, it could be it could fall into the whole James Gunnism where you have like a weird character. I'm gonna bring a character that you guys don't really know much about. I'm gonna have him in the movie just because I want to. So
yeah. Well, and that's probably where his comic book fanboy throws is because he's working on these characters, especially Creature Commandos and the Suicide Squad, and like bringing things in like Metamorpho and the Guy Gardner Green Lantern. You know. All right. So
Anyway,
yeah, the Pocket Universe thing, interesting concept. They should have just called it the Phantom Zone, though, right? Am I right? They should have just did it the Phantom
uh,
Zone.
I think
I don't know.
maybe kind of what Ricardo was alluding to earlier when we talked about the boom tube discussion.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of a way into that. Maybe Darkseid gets in that way. I don't know.
maybe they like preliminary boom tubes, and then once the boom tubes come through, then that's when Lex has like he can rip it off and like really like perfect the technology.
How how are they gonna? I'm more curious to see how are they gonna fit like Batman into this universe because like it's all James Gunn. It's all funny sometimes here and there, and obviously Peacemaker is hilarious. But like, how are you gonna fit like the Dark Knight into this world of DC?
He
Like, I'm
better
more
be dry
curious.
humor.
Yeah, I just more curious how they're gonna do it because everything's kind of like more light,
Well, you know how
colorful.
they're gonna do it is they're gonna make George Clooney Batman, like they alluded to in the Flashpoint.
Chick stick the car.
I doubt Clooney's gonna come
This
back
is why
though.
Superman works alone.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that though. I just
Never.
think I think he can make it work because obviously James Gunn he's a great director. I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna make it work for like every other character in like this world.
I think he's a great director. I just think some material is not for him. Like
Yeah.
right from the jump when I heard he was doing Superman, I'm like, ooh.
But even he said he didn't want to do a Superman movie. He doesn't know how to write the character. And then all of a sudden he had a eureka moment because the accessibility was through his dog. And then he had to make the movie an ensemble movie because he had to tease all the other things. I'm like, the double standards, man. I'm just sick of the double standards. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Why is it a double standard?
because again, like cramming a whole bunch of shit into James Gunn's Superman is fine, but a whole bunch of shit in like the X-Men movies or like Spider-Man 3, or I keep on harping on Spider-Man 3, I know, or like any of those movies where there's too much going on. Oh, it's too much going on, but it's fine when this guy does it.
Well, I thought I
Well,
think
it's different scenarios. I think with your points, like Spider-Man 3, for instance, it is terrible but that was a studio thing. Historically or famously, what's the guy's name? I forget the director.
um which James Gunn?
Raimi,
No, James Gunn.
No, it's
Sam Raimi,
Sam?
Sam Raimi.
Huh?
Sam
Sam Raimi,
Raimi.
thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Raimi wanted to do Vulture for that movie, and they didn't
yeah.
want him to do it.
Yeah.
They wanted
So
him to do Venom on top of that, which he didn't like Venom either.
right. So that's why that movie was. So with the gun thing, I see what you're saying, but the gun thing, it's he wanted to do that, whereas opposed to the studio wanted to fast track Snyder and doing Justice League and having YouTube videos. And was it Batman VBS or Superman or Man of Steel that they put that in there? Well, regardless,
yeah, I'm not
uh,
sure.
that's definitely studio interference. Whereas I think if I can give him a little props, I think the way Gunn did it is better because, hey, whatever, here it is,
Yeah.
deal with it. We don't like. I think the comic audience, or actually moviegoers in general, are just used to how comic book movies work now. They don't need a extensive backstory, and we don't need to see Uncle Ben die for the 80th time, and or in this case, our Aunt May.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we kind of did have to do that, didn't we?
Yeah,
But anyway,
we kind of did still, but I
we
mean,
did do, yeah.
all right, all
But
right.
anyway,
So basically, what you're saying is that this is slightly watered down. It's not as in depth or we'll say complex because it's not
ham-fisted.
always about
Yeah.
depth. It's not overemphasized like Zack Snyder. So what you're telling me is this is the Transformer of Superman movies.
I mean, I'd watch this movie over Transformers movie. I'll say this much.
I like the first Transformers though. I like the
It
first
was
one.
all right.
I like the first one. But the after that,
Well, to be fair, the first Transformers is all right. The ones after that were a little much. I mean, I knew that they were terrible movies. I was able to roll with whatever they did because I'm like,
I mean, y'all
okay,
know what the best Transformers movie is for me. So
Transformers one.
Yeah,
Transformers the movie,
the movie
Transformers,
86.
the Transformers the movie.
The movie. It is. It's called that. You're
right. That's the one you got to remember. That's the one.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, that remains to be seen, though, because over time is where we're really going to see. Okay, was this just something that the audience ate up, even though it wasn't so very complex or wasn't very stimulating in certain aspects? Like again, I'm tied to Man of Steel. I got a bias going on, clearly, And the thing is like I feel like looking at this movie, I'm like, okay, I've seen that before. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. It's like a Superman's greatest hits, almost like the reboot of Friday the 13th was of greatest hits of like Jason's Kills, or Halloween the reboot was a reboot, requel or whatever, and it was like Michael Myers' greatest kills or greatest hits. So the proof will be in the coming days and the ages, not ages, but coming like years, where if they're able to do a sequel, because again, remember they got to get past the hurdle of the budget being paid back and getting some money made before they decide to actually build this out. So people are saying, oh, it's going to be a hit. I feel like it's premature to tell. Plus, it's kind of cheating when you move the goalpost to Tuesday for a premiere and then take the whole Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekly.
I get that point, but they can move the goalposts as much as they want. At the second week of a movie's after a movie's opening is the biggest tell, and if people are hating on this movie the first week, it's gonna nosedive quickly. So,
that's the thing too is you have Fantastic Four coming out next week. I don't know how big Fantastic Four is going to be. I can't tell you how it's going to be or not. But I think you have another new movie coming out, another superhero movie coming out. People are going to go see it. So Superman will dip, unless again. I mean, there's people who like the movie. I mean, I'm not going to say
that's fine.
Negative. I think there's people who actually like the movie are going to say, "Hey, go see this movie," and people are going to go see it. But I don't think it's going to make a super amount of money. I don't think it's going to do that. But for me, there's really no. I know some people who said they're going to go see it again. There's really no replay value for me at all.
I'll never watch this again. Yeah,
the fights, even the fights weren't really that enthralling or enticing. Like even when Superman's like going into the atmosphere because he's getting choked with the nanites and coming right down.
Even that was pretty visceral. Like that was a little aggressive, man. Like shit. Like
that was, yeah.
You gonna murder this dude? Okay.
I kind of feel like that like okay, so you bring up a good point. Some of the things that were done in this were a little bit more visceral than like in Man of Steel, even, right? Like a lot more like dastardly.
And that's weird to say because Clark got his ass beat by the Kryptonians, but it's different. Like when you're like fighting someone's different than actually, yeah, exactly. Fighting someone straight up is different than like, hey, I'm gonna choke you to death.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe shoot this guy to get you to.
This is fighting
why
dirty.
Why was he doing that? I forget. Oh, to tell him who was his. Why was he torturing him again? I forget.
So he was torturing him. He was torturing the guy in front of Clark, so that way he would know. Um, fuck, I don't remember. Holy
I
shit!
don't
Oh
remember
my
what
god.
why he.
Was it like to say like who Superman was, or to find out
I don't remember.
who his parents are? I can't remember. I can't remember at
I
all.
don't think so. Wow. Oh my god.
What was it?
Or he's like, I think he's like who you working with or something like. I can't remember.
That's the thing. So that's a big plot point though. Why else? Why was Lex trying to torture Superman to question him on something? Oh no, that's right. He was doing it for the government, but he really just wanted to kill him. Right?
Yeah,
That's what he was. He was doing this to make it seem like he was trying to get something out of him or whatever
yeah.
and interrogate him. So it's kind of like it was forgettable because it really didn't matter. He didn't care what information
Yeah,
he was going to get. He wanted to kill Superman, and but him shooting the guy Russian roulette style was still pretty fucked up.
it was
That's
real
more,
fucked. I'm like, whoa. I thought it was just like he'd stop or Superman would say, "Please don't. I'll do whatever." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, and
But no, he
that
killed him. I'm like, oh shit.
yeah, that he killed him. He got his hands dirty and shit. So, ugh. But
Did
and
we?
then the dirty fighting. But
No, say, did we talk about just Superman getting his ass kicked the entire time? Like, did we talk about that?
we mentioned it, but I mean, yeah, he did get his ass kicked a lot. And I mean, Man of Steel, he got his ass kicked, and there was some split decisions, like ties in the battles. So I feel like that was a little bit more evenly weighted. But everyone gets caught up in, oh my god, he destroyed like this much property, he did this and he did that, and it's like, yeah, but the thing is like two gods are fighting. What else is going to happen?
Well,
You're
they
telling me
talked.
that none of this stuff is going to happen?
Well, they kind of talked about how much damage was done. Like, I could be wrong about this, right? Didn't they talk about like the millions of damages that Superman did? Like, oh, it's like $11 million worth of damages in this movie. Didn't they talk
Hmm.
about that?
Well,
Like in
I don't.
the news
I
coverages?
I can't remember, but the thing is that all those damages were trumped from the freaking splitting of the universe, essentially. You know what
I
I'm
think they
saying?
talked. I
Like,
think they talked about it when the whole kaiju thing came up too. Though
Yeah,
they
that's
talked
what they
about
said.
that.
There was a news report.
There's a
Yeah.
news report. They talked, say, oh, like here's the $5 million worth of damages. You know, but thanks to Superman, saving whatever Metropolis. But like they did talk about that though.
I don't know. And didn't the hammer of Baravia do the same shit that Zod did to the Wayne building, and then no one the building didn't fall over? So like, I don't know,
He had a helmet on. It blocked his heat vision.
right?
Hey,
But yeah, I
I
don't
don't know
feel
if
like
I
the
want
fight.
to. I don't know if I want to touch on this point, but I'm gonna put it out there. So going into this movie, I doom scroll on Twitter a lot, and I'm like hearing like, oh, this movie's woke, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh boy. So I watched the movie. I'm like, okay,
I didn't see anything
I think
woke.
people use
Ah,
that word too liberally because like there's
yeah.
not one thing that in there that really indicated to me like, oh, this is woke or there's an agenda to this movie. Dude, it was just a dumbass fun movie. Like,
Yeah, it was
you know
just
what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
And I
didn't
think what
see.
they're focusing on is the immigrant thing. I'm not gonna
yeah.
get political, whatever, but like, dude, the word immigrant has existed for decades and whatever. It's like it's not a bad word to say.
No, I
Like,
think yeah.
you can't pull your politics into a stupid superhero movie. It's
That
stupid.
that works both ways though, to be fair, because sometimes
What?
people will inject it like and be like, "Oh,
No, for
you
sure.
have to
Yeah,
do it this way
100%.
because this is real to life, and people are ignorant because they don't understand the struggle of this." And it's like, yeah, I get that, but at the same
No,
time, it's
totally.
like you can't be like, "Oh, that's bullshit. They're doing this as a political move because they're
That's what
trying
I'm
to pull on the
saying. Like,
heartstrings and weaponize Superman and do this and that." And I'm just like,
that's
I think
exactly what they're
this
saying,
was
dude.
this was
Yeah,
literally just a movie. And I
Right.
don't think there's a lot of woke isms or whatever
There
because
well,
isn't.
like the whole
you can
thing.
tell when people are really trying to lay it
Yes.
on thick politically, no matter which
Yes.
side it is.
Yeah,
You
no
know?
matter even like the whole thing with like Dean Cain coming out saying Superman is about
Oh,
red, white,
dude, screw
blue.
that guy.
What I mean?
Seriously.
That's like
I don't know.
there's actually a clip. If you can, I'll send it to you guys. There's a clip where they actually talk about like injustice or whatever of like immigrants and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
Lois and Clark. There's actually a clip of that. It's like you kind of contradict yourself because you were actually in a scene where it talked about that. So
Well,
it's
that's
like
the thing. So I heard that Dean Cain said something, but then I hear later that what he said was totally not about this movie. It was about a different run that was done in the comics. And looking at some of those run in the comics, it's like, yeah, this is a little beating me over the head. Like if Superman's literally picketing and doing stuff like that, which it's not Clark, it's actually Jonathan, his son, who is XYZ, yada yada yada. I'm not going to go into the details. You can read up on him if you want and make your own decisions. But it's like I think the commentary that they lifted that from was from a totally different thing.
Really?
Not even this movie, if I read correctly. Again, admittedly, I haven't really pulled that much on it,
Yeah.
but it's like,
He found the scene.
Yeah,
yeah.
I sent it over to you.
Well, and that's the thing too. Dean Cain was the first foreign Superman, probably the only foreign Superman. He's not white, he's Japanese, and he was Superman. I didn't look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't grow up looking at
that.
this and being like, oh my God, Superman's Japanese and make a big stink about it.
Lois and Clark is woke.
Exactly. It's like fucking like he was just Superman. That's it.
Right.
He was Superman.
He's
like
just the character. That's all it was.
He's just Superman. That's it. You know?
Yeah, there was nothing like that in it. It was just like James Gunn, corny sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
And James Gunniness to it. But
and unfortunately, though, because of the subject matter with the conflicts overseas, now don't get me wrong. Do I think that there was some influence because of timely events? Of course, that's how every movie is. Yeah, you look at some movies, they put little de facto or archetype like in like placeholders for a real conflict that might have happened while they were writing a movie or whatever. Like for example, Baravia and Jardin or whatever it is. Maybe it's because of the conflict over in the Middle East. Maybe it could have been from a conflict from the 1900s from between this foreign country and this foreign country. But everyone's going to watch it and think, oh, this is political because it's two countries. One's trying to take over another one, and it feels like this. And that works both ways, though. One people make, oh my God, this is an allegory. Oh my God, this is them trying to politicize something and put it into a movie. Either way, it's like just watch the movie for what it is.
Yeah, well, I'll say one thing though. I think it got people to be interested in it, so maybe it was a ploy. I don't know. I have no idea.
Sometimes they do that too, though. You're absolutely right. They will plug in and put stuff in there, and sometimes they'll leak stuff out. Sometimes people will spill a little bit of the tea falsely and make it seem like, oh, this movie's woke or it's not woke or it's anti-woke. And it's like, I didn't see anything of the sort in that messaging. I just saw a movie that tried to be fun, that tried to be relevant, that tried to include something that was sort of realistic. Although I have to be honest, the whole two nations going at each other, I know this is a trope, but I feel like I would have appreciated it more if like Lex was trying to break up like a peace talks between the country. They've done this in a lot of movies. And like at the 11th hour, the Daily Planet releases the expose saying that he was pulling the strings and Superman kind of stops them from doing something because like this big super villain would have stopped like powerful thing or whatever. That's how I would have came at it personally, because that would be even less political. And everyone agrees peace talks and stuff like that is universally like across the board what we should all be about. But I can see where he wants to put the conflict in there. He wants to have that added in. And also by having Superman not show up in the conflict and have the Justice Gang show up, I think that did a lot more for the movie too, because it's easy for Superman to come in and be arbitrary, but it speaks volumes about other heroes finally stepping up and helping out across the globe too, because Superman can't be everybody's savior. So I actually, looking back on that, I actually do appreciate that little bit right there for sure. But yeah, I don't want to talk about politics because I feel
sorry.
Like we get fatigued. I get fatigued talking about politics.
Yeah, I know.
I get too much politics in real life, but I think it's like the whole thing of people dogging shit out. It's like I try to always operate on the thing of like believe none of what you hear and half of what you read.
Exactly.
Because the printed word, the sound bites, whatever it is, can always be flip flopped and make it seem like there's like a million things worse or whatever it is. And if you really care that much deeply about it, you got to do your own research. You got to research your stuff. You got to think about it critically, and you got to make peace with whatever side you're on, because you're not going to please everybody. And there's always going to be a light and a dark side to every point. There's always going to be some type of stuff.
I don't even believe that. There's always a gray.
Yeah.
There's always a gray with any discussion, man. Like,
yeah. I just think if anything, like if you think Superman is that, then that might be your opinion, but just watch the movie first and then make your assessment after that.
Watch the movie. Don't go in thinking, oh my God, this is going to be woke, because you know what? You're going to find it. If you go in thinking you're going to find something, you're going to find it.
Yeah. If you want to be outraged, you could find things to get outraged about for sure.
Yeah. Like I went into this movie.
I just don't have the time in my life. I'm outraged just with life in general. I
Yeah.
don't need to find things to make it
Yeah.
worse.
Steve, you went into this movie thinking it was going to be good, and you found quite the opposite. No, I'm
I had
just
no
kidding.
expectations. In
Yeah,
all
I had no
seriousness, I had no
expectations either.
expectations.
Yeah,
Like,
I was actually just hoping for like I just want to see a good movie, and
yeah,
like I said,
Exactly.
I have faith in James Gunn. Like a James Gunn, as far as I know, he hasn't really made any bad movies. Even to
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was a Superman, but the other one that he did with the kid, kind of like an evil Superman.
Oh, Brightburn.
Oh,
He produced and wrote
yeah.
that one.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, like that was good, and
Yeah.
he split it with the good, and obviously, the Guardians movie was good. Even like the Guardians Christmas special was great.
That was
Um,
good.
and then
Yeah.
obviously with his DC stuff before Superman was great. So I'm like, he has a really great track record, and I was like, I'll just
Yeah.
give it a chance, and whatever happens, happens. I had no
Yeah.
expectation.
Yeah.
I just wasn't one of those people that's like, oh yeah, I want this to be bad because I love Marvel or I love all of Snyder's movies and I like the Snyderverse, so I
Yeah.
just want this to be an awful movie
I
and
was
have
one
it
of those
fade them
people.
all.
I was
I
one of
mean,
those people.
I
I'm
mean,
kidding. I'm kidding.
honestly too,
Yeah.
like I was actually like over the weekend, last weekend, I was actually like on YouTube and right now they have like all these DC movies available that are like animated
Yeah.
stuff. It's like going
Yeah.
back and just watching like all the old Batman movies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like just seeing like Mr.
Yeah, man.
Freeze and on top of that too, just watching like Batman and Rob, like all these things that
Yeah.
you have, like the old DC and like I like DC.
Yeah.
I like Marvel more, I guess, when it comes to like live action stuff, but I always like DC stuff. I always like
Yeah,
DC
DC
cartoons.
animated, it just kills it, man.
Kills it. Yeah, I
And
mean, and that's
yeah,
what and that's kind of what I
Yeah.
wanted. Like I just want to see like maybe a live action version of DC animated movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll be honest that Gunn tried to do that. He tried to meld the comic with the DC animated, and you can see it because it's such a run-on
Mhm.
sentence, this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If it was half an
Um,
hour to break up certain sections, then that's probably where it is because it is a strung along kind of like series of
right.
episodes, but there's no breaks in it and there's no time to breathe. And a lot of times you're getting from one like
Yep.
rush. And that's the thing too, I guess we can kind of talk about is like the pacing of the movie is definitely like off.
Was there a
But
pace besides go?
exactly, it's like go, go, go. We gotta get to this to get to this to get together, So, but I mean, I don't know. I think overall, as least for us, I feel like we went in with no expectations. We got what we got. It was definitely something that the movie going audience, the public audience, is going to love. But when you hold it up to other films, I just feel like again, it's a greatest hits of Superman. Maybe that's why they were going to call it Superman Legacy at first because it's just like a celebration point and what Superman is and how he's going to be in the next movies. But you can't really compare this to Christopher Reeve, which people are saying, "Oh my God, this is a return to the Christopher Reeve Superman." And I'm like, "Hell no, it isn't."
Hmm.
Superman Returns wasn't even a return of the Christopher Reeve. You
That
used
was
the Superman
closest.
theme,
It's supposed
yeah,
to.
but it didn't really work. It's like again, you can return to the Christopher Reeve
What do you mean it didn't
attitude
work?
and stuff.
You didn't like Stalker Superman?
I didn't like Jesus Christ getting crucified by carrying the island. Which that's another thing. So I guess they got rid of the Christ metaphor in Superman too, because he definitely wasn't Jesus in this movie. Which maybe that's what a lot of people are liking. Oh, I can relate to Superman a lot more because he's not Jesus. So, I mean that's probably a mission accomplished on that for sure. Which I mean, I don't get caught up in that. I don't mind the metaphor of him being the savior because he kind of is. He has to be, because of the power set and everything. Um, Man of
I'll tell you
Steel,
what though,
yeah,
watching this movie has me not excited, even less excited to see Fantastic Four.
really, yeah,
Because both movies I was
I'm
not
kind of
really
anxious to
excited
see
to
Fantastic
see, and
Four.
now after seeing Superman, I'm like,
I don't
hmm,
know. My expectation for Fantastic Four is actually kind
better.
of went up after all these like clips that they've been like releasing and that last
The
trailer.
last trailer was actually pretty hype.
it's been looking better and better, and that last
It's
Yeah,
been
trailer did a
looking better
lot.
and better. They should have went with that trailer first,
for sure.
but no, it's been gotten better. And I think the last thing they released was they released like the Silver Surfer like coming
Yep.
down to Earth. I thought that was really good. And then on top of that too, I think released another clip where they had like family dinner and then them announcing that Sue's
Pregnant.
pregnant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
to me, like I feel like it's gonna be a good movie. And the funny thing is, I actually like looked it up really quick,
yeah.
and I didn't mean to look it up, but I just typed in Fantastic Four, and then I saw like I think it could be wrong, but I saw the runtime is gonna be like an hour and 55 minutes.
Oh,
Wow,
really?
I'm
That's what I
surprised.
saw.
It's a short Marvel movie.
I saw it on
Well,
Google, so it
yeah.
might be a short movie. So
Hey, if they can accomplish what they need to accomplish in under 2 hours, that'll be fantastic. No pun intended.
yeah,
Um, I know I did. I really didn't mean to do that pun, but seriously
Sure, you
though,
didn't.
it'll be fantastic because you don't.
Right.
I don't think every movie needs to be this
No,
two and
and
a
same
half
with this
hour
movie,
thing.
Superman. I was glad it was
Yeah,
2 hours and we were out.
yeah,
Like that was fine.
yeah. All right.
Yep.
So I think we've gabbed on enough, guys. I think we've had some really good discussions on this. We went into some spoilers and stuff.
Can't wait for the
Um,
pitchforks in the comments.
right? I can already hear them not the villagers knocking at my door right now,
I
wanting to
shaved today.
burn it.
I made sure I shaved, guys.
I can't believe someone literally said, "Hey, man, you need to shave." Like, seriously, dude?
Hey, I have a
Really?
big Frankenstein head. The shadows cast under my lips. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing too. You've got the nice blue light thing going on, so
I
I don't know
do.
what the hell the guy was looking at. Maybe he was looking at the ambiance, but I mean,
I
seriously,
don't
dude,
know.
get over yourself. We're just three dudes talking about shit. Like,
Yep.
get over it. But overall, I think, yeah, for me, like, I think we should get into like kind of like the final thoughts, the Jerry Springer final thoughts of the show right now. So for me personally, my final thoughts are: I went in kind of having no expectations, obviously having a deep love for Man of Steel, which people would call me crazy
You
for.
do?
Yeah. But imagine that, right? But in appreciating because at that time, Man of Steel did what I wanted to see in a Superman movie 10 times over. The action, the way that they did away with the crystal motif. They actually started a brand new universe. They did their own thing. They actually brought some depth. I feel like people may not agree with me, and that's fine. I feel like Superman, the Man of Steel, is like a Superman equivalent of Gladiator. Like the soundtrack, the epic, the mythology. It was trying to build a new mythology. This
You're just
movie,
saying that because Russell Crowe is in it.
well, it lends itself. Plus, Hans Zimmer was the composer, and I think
That's
Hans
true.
Zimmer did the Gladiator too, which he does amazing,
He does.
compositions. But the thing is that that movie had like a mythical, like modern epic feel to it. This, it's kind of like, hey, it's another paint by numbers Marvel James Gunn movie or whatever it is. Like that's it,
That's what it was to me.
I'm not trying to say that as a dig, but I mean it is what it is. It was a little underwhelming. I went in, I liked some things. I went in, I hated some things. I went in and I thought some things were interesting. Um, but for me personally, I would say I would probably put this at a 2.8 out of 5.
Whoa.
Um, I don't really feel the need to rewatch. Maybe if I'm doing a Superman marathon, I will. And honestly, I will buy this on Blu-ray. I will absolutely buy this on Blu-ray. I like to buy some things, but I don't know what else I can really akin this to other than I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what they were going to give me. They gave me something that was cool. They also gave me stuff that I was like, I could do without. And I'm sorry, the cardinal rule that I don't ever think you should break is making Jor-El and Lara whatever they did with this. And again, that remains to be seen. Maybe there's a larger plan, or maybe after this blowback and how many complaints they're going to get, they're going to retroactively say, "Oh, the message was doctored." Oh, they're going to have Kara Zor-El come in and be like, "That's not what that says. This is what it says," and then it'll have some profound effect on the movie-going public. But honestly, I feel like right now at this vacuum in time with all just the Superman movie, it's a Transformers movie to me. The audience is going to love it. Critics are going to be like liking the first one, but then after that, if they keep up with this, it's probably going to be like, I don't know. I mean, that's my thoughts. So 2.8 out of 5. Um, I can't really recommend this movie. Not a lot of replayability. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be seeing it again unless my father or someone wants to really go and watch it. Then I'll go watch it with them to share their pain. Kind of like Star Trek. Share your pain with me. Steve, you want to give your 2 cents?
Sure. Yeah, just it was fine. I mean, maybe a 3 out of 5. I mean, it's nothing I'll probably go visit again. Um, I'm interested to see where it goes, though. I mean, it seems like they're trying to inject some fun into DC, which is fine. I wasn't for or against the Snyderverse. Like it is what it was, and I'm not gonna sit there with my flaming torch and get mad about that they're changing their minds about stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Yep.
I all I know is I'm excited for Peacemaker. Or was it next month? So that's
Oh, it's
all I'll
next
say
month
about
already.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll go. I think I agree with Steve. I'll probably rate it at a three out of five. It wasn't a bad movie. I don't think it was awful. Um, I think for me, I think again, there were some things that I like, things that I probably didn't like. I don't know if I'll go back and watch it again. Maybe if it's on TV and it's on, let's say TNT or whatever.
Oh, it'll absolutely be on. That's my mind. As soon as
Yeah,
you said on TV, I'm like TNT. It's gonna be
yeah,
playing on
TNT or
TNT.
whatever, or like
Yeah,
Paramount or something like that.
yeah.
Whatever. I mean, if I'll watch it, I'll watch it. But my thing is, again, like there's some things I just, just didn't care for. Like again, I know some people actually like Guardians Volume 2. Like I went to go see
Yeah.
Volume 2, and my thing with Volume 2 is that like I didn't really care for Volume 2 after I saw it in theaters because I thought it felt like a Saturday cartoon. And
This
I
man
think
is spitting.
right,
This man is spitting right now. I agree with you.
I
I
felt
want to
like
interject one point. I thought the movie was good. My only gripe with that movie is like Drax was doing stand up the entire movie. That's the only thing that was bothering me.
So, oh, you know
yeah,
what's funny? Someone said that the plot for the whole bad parents plot was done better in Guardians 2 than it was in this movie. Even though that it doesn't make sense because that's like literally the plot of that movie is that, and this is
Right.
just like a snippet in it, you know? But
True. Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry, Ricardo.
Very good. That's fine. So basically, like, yeah, I just felt like again, it was like too cartoony, but I understand that James Gunn was trying to create a world where he wanted to be like a comic book movie,
Hmm.
like actual comics. Um, and I get that. It's just for me, it's just again, it was okay, it wasn't bad. People, if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like,
yeah,
no need to hate anybody if they don't or do like it.
Nope.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it was just an okay movie. And then for me, it's just at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's some good things about Superman that I like. Some things I just didn't like. There's some standouts. Obviously, Mr. Terrific. If he has his
Yep.
own show, I mean, if he has his own
Yep.
show, I'll be there to watch it. I think I like Mr. Terrific out of anyone,
Yep.
of the superheroes that was in the movie.
Oh, he did have his
Yeah.
own show. It was called Arrow.
But yeah, I think like a 3 out of 5 is kind of a fair score.
Yeah. And to be
It's right
fit,
there.
to be honest, the only reason why I did 2.8 is because of the I
Yeah,
again I can't shut up
yeah.
about it. Is the Kal-El parents thing? That's the reason. Otherwise, it would be solid 3 out of 5.
No, that's
So
fair. That's fair.
yeah,
I mean, again, I had no expectations. I didn't think it was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest movie ever. We're getting the Superman that I ever want, like that I
Suck it,
always wanted.
Snyder fans.
I mean, I'm
Snyder butts.
again, I like Man of Steel because I felt Man of Steel
Yeah.
just I want to say it grounded things. It just made it
Mhm.
feel more realistic, like Superman actually lived in the
Yep.
actual world, even though obviously Superman is not real, but it
Yeah.
felt more realistic, and that's what
Yeah.
appealed what appealed me to watch Man of Steel. I thought, okay, like yeah, I could actually see this being real. And on top of that too, I just like obviously his relationship with his father, um, his mother too in a sense, but more with Jonathan Kent, like him like saying, yeah, the world's not ready for you yet. And having those like little sprinkles of his past with
Mhm.
his journey to becoming Superman. I thought that was awesome. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But obviously here he is Superman. He's been Superman for a while.
Mhm.
Um, it's just
3 years.
yeah, 3 years being Superman, like yeah, it's
Three
kind of
three years. Ha ha ha.
well, 2, 3. But yeah, I'm more curious to see what James Gunn is gonna do with this whole like Batman thing, and I think they talked about him having like basically being like an older Batman and having Damian Wayne and all that stuff. So I kind of want to see how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
I just hope again there's not gonna be like a ton of James, like especially with Batman, like you can have some James Gunny stuff maybe with the villains, but like with Batman, like I hope that's not going to be the case. I'm hoping
Yeah.
that's not the case, but it is what it is. But
So what the extent of that will be is that Sean Gunn will be back as Calendar Man, real
yeah,
quick.
again, who knows? Maybe something stupid like that. But, I mean, there
And
is like some
Weasel.
funny stuff that happens in like Batman the animated series. Like I told you over the weekend I was actually watching like Batman Beyond Return of the
Yeah,
Joker. Just watching. There was some like funny,
yeah,
some like little funny campy stuff in there, but those all like serious too as well. But
yeah.
I'll end my review right there. I'm kind of getting off tangent. But yeah, I mean,
We're
again, 3 out of 5.
well. There you have it. Those are the ratings that we got across the board. Superman 2025, James Gunn's magnum opus to start off this new universe. Not terrible, not great, kind of somewhere in the middle there. And to decide, you might want to go and see this movie. If you're a Superman fan, you already have, but you let us know what you thought about the movie down in the comments below. And as always, guys, thanks for joining us. Jay, Steve, and Ricardo with the Movie Bros. And until next time, take care.